you do? Your life of mine. All this pain you said I'd never feel. Your life of mine. But I do, do. Return of the man. Return of the man. Come on. Return of the man. Oh my God. You know that I've been there. Here I am. Return of the man. Once again. Return of the man. Up of the world. Return of the man. You want to know. You know that I've been there. Don't you know that I turn of the man. Return of the man. Hold on. Return of the man. Be strong. You know that I've been there. Here I come. Return of the man. My little man. Return of the man. What's my bad? Return of the man. Up and down. I'm on. Yeah. All right, so this is a screenshot of something that I put together with just a very few sentences at the top here. I gave him an example of
Okay. Alrighty. Sorry about that.
Everybody else has to mute their. There we go.
All right.
The computers need to use the screen.
Alrighty. We'll be back online in just a moment. All right. So again, so this is what actually changed in terms of productivity for AMDR Foundation, right? Instead of spending days of searching per cycle, right? We now spend approximately 80% less time just hunting or searching for grants, all right? Before, just a handful of grants were found after parsing through and distilling and synthesizing the information gathered, all right, from research. Now we can search autonomously 100 plus sources just scanned specific to AMDR Foundation's mission. Before every proposal was prepared from scratch. And I can tell you that there are a lot of sleepless nights preparing those proposals from scratch. Okay. All right. So now we have the rank matches and we have ready drafts. Okay. And this is done on a schedule weekly. That's a schedule that we've implemented. All right. Before, probably the best funders were not always found because of just the volume of information that had to be ingested. Here we have hours back for our real mission. We can focus on our core mission of supporting underserved female funders or founders. All right. So here is the part that is actually, for me, this is actually gold, but it is not utilized, and I'll tell you why. It can also submit the application on its own, autonomously, right? So it has that capability that has been built into it, right? And so from research to submission, it can handle the entire pipeline, all right? But in high stakes environments where autonomy probably needs a leash, right? A human has to stay in the loop, all right? And this is exactly on actually what gets sent, all right? So it's not a limitation, but it's what helps to preserve the integrity of AMDR Foundation's work, okay? So we're not just sending anything willy-nilly out there, all right? And so, how can this apply, let's say, to your business? Maybe the stakes in your business are different, all right? Maybe your level of freedom is different, right? Maybe you don't have the level or of audits that we have to undergo. Maybe your compliance reviews are different, right? Or maybe you don't have in your SOPs a zero error mandate as we do, right? Maybe you have more room for experimentation than MDR Foundation does, and that is specific to any organization. All right. So if AI can earn its places in aviation and government, it can absolutely earn its place in your industries. So here is some takeaway, right? If you want to find your grant intelligence pipeline as it applies to your businesses, right? Your first win is a task that checks these four boxes, right? Is it repetitive? right? Do you do that task over and over? Is it rule-based, right? Does it follow very clear criteria? Is it skilled? Does it take an expert's time to complete? And is it high volume? Is there always just more and more and more work in terms of volume, right? So you can start with one of these, right? And you can keep checking the output again as that human in the loop, right? Let the AI earn your trust before you let it run autonomously. And that I think is really critical to understand and certainly incorporate in your daily SOPs and standards and processes. And for me, that's the entire playbook. All right. So that nonprofit, which again you can think of one, or AMDR Foundation, we got our time back. Okay. So now we spend our days focusing on our mission, not so much the paperwork, right? And that is what we find good AI really does, that application of AI, right? It gives people back their work, back their productivity. It improves their productivity, all right? So thank you very much for listening. Short and sweet. All right. And I'll handle.
All right, give us some more love than that,
please. Okay. And you can all connect with me on LinkedIn or any of the social media platforms at AMDR Automate or hello at amdrautomate.ai. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Once again, everybody show some love. Now, when you put something out of the box, there's always something that has to be tweaked, right? So we're tweaking a little bit tonight, but that's okay. Mute your mic on the.
That's on.
Okay, awesome sauce.
And then I am going to present my screen. I'm following instructions,
Yes.
everyone.
I'm gonna bring you up, Brad. All right, wonderful. I may need you to come back and get me straight. All right, this next presenter is Nina Thomas, and she is a strategic AI educator with 25 years of transformational operations and change management. She helps organizations navigate AI adoption with clarity, blending strategy, workflow design, and the right technology to keep people in control. She is the founder of People in the Loop. And I don't know about you, but I love for people to be in the loop. And she is a person who is going to talk about building your chief of staff with AI. Please put your hands together for Ms. Thompson. Make some noise.
Hello, Ben. Can everybody hear me? Okay. I move around a lot when I start talking. So if I move out of the camera, please let me know and remind me. So as you said, my name is Nina Thomas. I've been in IT and technology over 25 years. Trainer, project manager, PMO, implementation manager, branding, all of the things, because I'm all over. So if there's something new, I find it. If it's social media, if it's YouTube, all of the things. And a lot of people know me in the online streets as building brands. So that means websites, logos, graphics, teaching people how to live stream and do events. But what happened is when I would work with them, everybody has chaos, right? And they want somebody to come in and do automation, not just AI automation, but fix their workflows. Part of that means really stepping back and think about what is the brain? What happens every day? What happens? What do you need the output to be? And so one of the things I used to do in my business I would talk to people for about an hour and a half, 2 hours to understand their brand. Who do you serve? Has anybody heard of like ideal client avatar? or your user stories and things like that, right? I would take them through that journey so they can find their brand colors, their tagline, their website, all of that. And we would do all that for them. It took a lot of my time. I had a team, but I took a lot of my time. What I did is I started using AI to build Ava Idris, which is my AI. Get it, Ava Idris AI? It's my chief of staff. And I was like, I just need to put everything, all of my IP, all of my processes, all of that into a Google Drive somewhere and have AI pull from it, right? And everybody's like, I want to build an agent. Who in here wants to build an agent? Just raise some hands. Okay, a couple people. Okay, has anybody built an agent? Couple people. Okay, here's what happens. People jump to building an agent. And so just think of an agent as like this brainless body, right? It kind of knows what to do, but it's just doing what it learned on the internet, right? You want to give it a brain. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay. You have your phones, and I know you do because everybody does. Pull out your phone. If you have Claude, use Claude. If you use ChatGPT, I don't care what it is. Pull out some kind of chat AI, generative AI tool. And I want you to ask a question, whether you think it's going to answer it or not. Okay. Ask it, if you have clients, ask it what the next thing you need to do for one of those clients. Even if you don't think it can answer, ask it that. So if you have a client named Diana, say, what do I need to do next for Diana? Okay. Or say, what do I need to do? What's on my to-do list today? Audio voice. I know it. I love that too. Keep on going. See, okay, you could stop it. See how it's asking her questions? That's great. Who else has an answer? What else would you get? Don't be shy. Go ahead.
I don't have access to your calendar, your task, or your appointments, so I can't see what you have scheduled today.
At least it was honest. Did anybody's AI lie and tell you what to do? Okay. Here's the thing. Not only do we have to connect it, but we have to tell it about our business. So today I'm going to show you how you can go through that. And we're going to talk, I'm not going to focus on agents. I'm going to focus on step one of the brain. You heard Alicia talk to you about humans in the loop, right? The first part is putting all your information in there. And we all know Iris has a whole team of agents working with her, but there's a step she had to do before that. That's what we're going to talk about. Step one, building your brain. Okay. Think of your Claude or your ChatGPT or whatever. You want to build it to run your business, not necessarily autonomously, like she was saying. First, let's test it. Let's be that person in the loop to make sure it's happening. Okay. So every time you put something into Claude, it starts fresh. It has some history, right? Like just now, it's like, I don't have access to your, I don't know why you're asking me. I don't know that stuff, but what else can I help you with? Hers was like, oh, well, tell me about it. Let's talk about it, right? That's not what I need. So each time you explain it, might keep some stuff. Does anybody know what a context window is? Say it out loud, please. No, not you. You're cheating. You know all the stuff. Somebody else. What's a context window? None of the speakers can answer. And Mark, you can't either. Okay. Anybody else? Look at that. Look at that. That's exactly what it is. It's how much information it kind of like can hold while you're talking to it. So tomorrow you're like, okay, remember yesterday we were talking about my day? What do I need to do today? And it was like, hi, I don't know. Tell me what you want to do today. It lost its context. Right. What we need to build is a way for it to keep it. Does anyone know what hallucination means? Yep. I see some. Go ahead and say it out loud. Somebody, go ahead. Back row. Not only does it make it up, it sounds really good, right? It sounds like it knows, okay? You can't stop hallucination, but you can bring it down. So just a recap for people. If you type something into Claude or Chat or whatever, and it doesn't know the answer, sometimes it'll just say it as if it's educated. And you're like, okay, let me go on my merry way, right? You want it to pull from your information. I'm gonna show you exactly what that is. But that is context. You want to keep the context loaded at all times. Okay. So it's always pulling from your calendar or pulling from your processes or pulling from whatever. Okay. So here's how I do it. I do it a very messy way. I know people talk about prompts and prompt libraries. I don't do any of that. Okay. We saw that, and remind me of your name because I know Tamara. She brought out her microphone, and that's what I do. I'm like, okay, here's everything about my business. This is what I need to do. And I just talk. Obviously, you guys can see I'm comfortable with talking, right? But what I do is I talk to it and I give it all the information. Then I go back to, okay, this is a client that I'm working on. Okay, this was the process I used. This was the update the output I used. I'm just dumping stuff in there, right? So I start a project and I dump everything in there. And then I say, based on all the information I've given you and based on what we're talking about, explain to me what I'm trying to do. So why am I going back and forth and using Claude Talk? I'm going to talk the way I want to talk and make Claude figure it out, or Chat GPT, right? So I'll show you a little bit. After that, you just ask for the instructions. Okay, so there's 6 files. Snapshot this. Take out your phone, snapshot this. There's 6 files every business should start with. Now, there's millions of other files, but your business overview. And if you don't have this information, I'll give you a prompt on the next slide. So you will, okay? It'll walk you through. Your business overview, your brand voice. I never, ever, ever, ever want to see M dashes in my text, okay? And I never, ever, I learned the word, and I know Dave will help me say antithesis, wherever it is, where it's like, no fluff, no this, just that. And then there's all these words that I'm learning because I'm like, yeah, don't do that anymore. But I think of AI as a teenager. Does anybody have teenagers? Have they had Oh, not one person in here has a teenager? Okay. Everybody trying to act young. Okay, we have a couple of them. So what happens with your teenagers? They're super smart, super fast, but they forget stuff sometimes. Or they're a little bit lazy sometimes, or they talk back sometimes. So think of your chat and your AI as like, it's everything here is drafting, but maybe it forgot. Maybe it skipped a step. So you always want to say, this is my brand voice. I never use these words. I always talk like this. This is the audience I'm talking to. Sometimes it'll make it so professional. Now it knows if I say, ooh, that's stuffy. That doesn't sound like me. And you're right, Nina, Your client profiles. So you should have a profile on your clients. I'm not talking about their email address and all of that. I'm talking about what are their desires? What are their frustrations? Do they like to be contacted via email? Do they like all of the things about remember, you can just talk about it or upload it. How much time do I have?
You have plenty of time. You've only been talking for 8 minutes and 12 seconds.
Thank you, sir. Meeting transcripts. That's another one. So I have my Google automatically record all of my meetings with my clients, and then it saves it to a folder. I have automation that takes that folder and it loads it up. So I know what's going on with that client. Okay. So I'll say, oh, what was the last, what did we agree on? What's the checklist? So notes are fine, but I wanted to have that information in its brain. Okay. Also email threads, you can connect it. So that's what your little chat was telling you. I don't know that. So you can do your plugins and connect that. But even if there's certain emails that has your tone of voice, sometimes I'm going too fast. I take a snapshot and throw it in Claude so I can remember later. And then your priorities and open loop. So I have something that keeps my ideas because, in the middle of the night, we need that, that URL that we think everybody's going to get in the middle of the night. So you got to buy it right then. I have all of that in the list. If I'm like, okay, one day, I'm going to have you automate this. I don't need to focus on it now. I can just put it in here. Okay. Snapshot this, take a picture. So if you're just starting out and you don't have a business, you can use this or change it. Remember, there's no wrong way to prompt. I don't care what anybody says, there's no wrong way to prompt. There's ways to prompt that will be more accurate, but there's no wrong way. So change this. But this is what if you don't have those files and that information, you're starting fresh, put this into Claude. You don't even have, or Chat. I'm going to say Claude because I love Claude. Put it in there. You don't even have to type it out. Take the snapshot and upload it. Okay. It will read it and it will start to ask you questions. And if you don't know the answer, just say what the answer is now. You could change it later, right? And it's going to forget some of the stuff anyway because it's a teenager. Okay. Do you guys see where I'm going here? We're feeding it the information. And instead of me like, oh, let me do a brand overview. Let me figure out what my voice is. No, let it do the work. It's your chief of staff. Let it ask you, interview you, and then you go on. Okay. See this little thing? That's because I knew I was going to forget. We are going to switch to Claude. That's my reminder. Okay. So I have this project set up. I need to take off my glasses because these are not my reading glasses. I have Claude here. This is my project. So let me just go over it. Am I able to move away from this? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I have, if you see, this is a project. You can start a project in ChatGPT. There's whatever you want to do. There's each application. Perplexity has spaces. It doesn't matter. Same thing. So what I did is I started instructions. For this, I put in like the demo training because I wanted to, but then there's instructions and I'll show you that. Then these are the files, my business overview, my brand voice, all of those that I uploaded. This is a fake customer, okay? And then I have different things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm now going to say, and I got to look at my little prompts, give me a second. And I'm not even gonna put her last name. I'm just gonna say Denise. That's one of my clients. I think I did this as a boutique like workout studio, okay? See, and remember, I just said Denise. It knows that her last name is Carter. And then it says her body and history, her goals, her personality and communication style. Maybe I don't like this. This is too much information for me. So I say, okay, put this in a visual for me and prep me for our next one-on-one, okay? Because that's too much writing for me. And I can't remember if I set Denise up this way, but well, what it should be doing, and you'll see at the top, and again, this is not a Claude thing. These are all of the different Gen AI. It's building this for me. And now I can look at a visual. If anyone, some people like audio, some people like video, just tell it what you want so it can give you the information, okay? So I'm going to give you another thing, but see, this is Denise. It's building how much the package she has, her timeline. So this can prep me for my next meeting with her. Her big goal, hiking trip with her daughters. That's great. It has M dash, so I'm gonna tell her I don't like M dashes. But anyways, okay, so who has a business here? Raise your hand, jump, put your hand down, you don't count. We have a couple businesses, okay. Does anyone want to try a little demo and set up a project for your company? It's gonna be real quick. Oh, no, don't try to, you raise your hand again. Okay, there you go. Help me out, come on. Yeah, you don't even have to stand in front of the camera. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you, how much time do we have?
You have, you're speaking for 13 minutes and 27 seconds.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, volunteers. You can either do your real business or we can make up. Do y'all want to huddle for a second and make up a business, or do you want a real business?
We're gonna do a real.
Okay. Do you have a business together?
It's actually her mom's.
Great. So you're here for moral support, huh? Oh, for yours. She's like, my mom can do her own. Okay, come on here. Here. I feel like I'm louder than you, so I'm gonna put this on. Okay, don't be. Are you okay with being in front of the camera too? Okay, come on up here. Come on. You too, moral support. Come on in. Okay. So we're creating a project. Okay. If it's a project that I'm working on, I'll put PROG. So I'm PROJ. I could spell. If it's a client, I'll put client. And then but for here, since it's your business, go ahead and put the name of your business.
Hi everyone, I'm Gigi. This is Christine.
Okay. Go ahead and click on create. You can do that if you want, but we're just going to go ahead and click on create. Okay. How do I not have access to my own project? Okay, let me try new project. I don't know what that's about. Okay, I don't know what happened there. So here's what I want you to do. Click on that. So I'm going to have her click on the microphone, click on the first microphone, yep. And introduce yourself. Tell it your name, about your business. Just start talking.
Okay, my name is Christine. I am the owner of Keeping It Lux,
Speak up, please.
a property maintenance company located in the city of Atlanta, Georgia.
Who are your clients?
Car owners, homeowners, business owners.
What are their biggest frustrations?
Keeping maintenance to their properties for, presentation and, interaction with customers coming in, live or talking to them on the phone when they have pictures online, whether it be, looking at Google reviews or stuff like, or
What
websites.
Are they Googling at night? Say my question in your answer because they can't hear me. Like they're Googling something to solve their problem. What are they Googling at night?
I want to keep my property maintained, whether it be cleaning it or fixing, problems. Yeah.
Okay. What is their desire? And it's going to stop in a little bit, but what's their desire? What is the perfect outcome that they would have if this problem was fixed?
Perfect outcome. Having a package that is available to them, that is affordable also.
Okay.
To
I would
keep
say it's an
the
emotional thing. So
Mhm.
I can have the pretty lawn. I won't be the person on the block that has the messed up, house and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. And so we have all of that. So I'm just going to put this, and this is what I say. I have more information. So wait. Okay. And it's going to let it process that. And then after that, I'm going to ask it to give me a business overview. Okay. This is great context, Christine. See, good job. Let me reflect back what I'm hearing. This is so cute, right? Frustration, properties falling behind on maintenance, M-dash, and the embarrassment, business impact that comes with it. See? Because you all want to talk about emotion when it comes to business. What they're Googling, things like property maintenance, Atlanta, or keep my property looking good, right? The emotional core, and this is real gold. See, we're aligned. I don't want to be the one on the block with the messed up house. Emotional, right? And so it's building their dream outcome, an affordable maintenance package that just handles it. Thank you for not using M dashes. So they don't have to think about it, stress about it. Okay, so now ask it to create ask it what brand colors and what business over. Just start. Actually, I'm going to do it because you're looking like I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I already have that.
I know, but this is all emotional.
Okay.
So brand colors are psychology. You all know that, right? So if you see red, what do you think about? Stop. When you see green, what do you think about?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't put when someone's getting ready to check out a red button, right?
Right.
Right, because you don't want them to stop. Colors psychology. Okay, so build a brand voice for me and build a business overview and tell me what I should be posting on social media, what colors I should be using, and how can I hit the emotional parts of my business, right? Okay, so we would go through all that. I keep on going, and then I would ask it to give me those files that I asked for before. And then I would upload it to the project, and then I would start using that project. So now it knows, it'd be like, hey, Christine, what are we doing today, right? Oh, okay, based on your client, you'll say something, and it's like, well, based on your client, they really want the package, so let's focus on that. So you see how it becomes your brain? You keep on feeding it, giving it knowledge. You know how like everything has skills? You're feeding it skills, you're teaching it, and then in the outcome, it gives you what you need, okay? She's looking, she's like, what do I need? Let me see. Okay, and then the next question I would ask is, give me some files that I can add to this project so you always keep up to date. Okay, thank you. If you find me on LinkedIn, I will give you this and I will give you some other prompts and stuff to help finish that. You're fine. Thank you. Thank you. Louder, louder, louder. She was a part when she jumped up. Thank you for the friend, for the emotional support. I love it. That's what you need when you're building a business. So here's what I want everybody to think about. I think it's Iris who always says, stop using it like your search box, right? I love that. Stop using, AI like your search box, right? I want you, let me see if it goes. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Yes, I want you to automate. Yes, I want you to build agents, but first build the brain, build the body after. Build the brain, feed it information. It can be messy. Everybody's like, oh, this is how you prompt. It can be messy. Stop trying to learn how to use AI. Have it learn how you work, right? Because every time you learn how to prompt a certain way, they update it so it can understand us better. And then you have to learn that just act like you act, talk how you talk, type how you type, and have it know that when I say stuffy, it means it's too much for me. I need you to use bullets and all of that. It learns it if I say it a lot. And after a while, it'll say, you prefer HTML output. So let me go ahead and do that. I didn't ask for it, but it will do it. So you have Claude, give it your business, create your project, right? Or you have ChatGPT. You should have Claude. Bring in what already exists and then paste that prompt that we already had and then let me know the results. So make sure and connect with me. My name is Nina Thomas. You can find me Nina Thomas AI or Socially Nina. That's an old brand, but you'll find me online anywhere under that, Nina Thomas AI. You have to say AI or you'll get another lady that looks nothing like me. And I'm always open for a discussion. Yes, sir.
Is the memory that you're using the stock one part of Quad Code, or do you have that extension? Or
Great question. And I'm going to turn it over to you while I answer the question, because I know we have a, let me stop sharing. So the question was, and I just realized, I hope everyone online could hear me when I was screaming from the back.
in my head?
So the question was something about Claude Code and things like that. Let me go ahead. The memory and Claude Code and all that. So let me just tell you, you start with projects. Once you, so, you know, you move, everybody should move away from chat and go into your project so you can keep that memory. Once you learn how to use projects, there's a feature in
One, two. I appreciate that. You did an amazing job. It's back. Something is back. Okay, yeah. The delay is there. I just heard myself say I appreciate that. All right, fantastic. Then we're ready to roll. Let me get my timer right so I don't go over the time. Reset. Iris, are you introducing me or no? I mean, what is going on here? Come on. My presentation is no longer on the stage. Put my presentation on the stage. Share screen, window, boom. Share sound, boom. Boom, boom, bang.
All right. Are we on?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Dave Smith, aka Hurricane Dave, spent 43. Sorry, 43. I aged him 5 to me.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Spent 43 years in the radio broadcasting business, traveling around the country, building #1 brands. He's a member of National Black Radio Hall of Fame. Ooh. His current love is all things AI. Please welcome Dave Smith, DTM.
I've always wanted to come out to this song. Yeah, let's have some energy in the room. All right, let me stop that part. So my name is Dave Smith. My background is in the broadcasting business. I spent 43 years in the radio business, traveling all across the country, building #1 brands and creating artists, some stars. I spent about 12 years here in Atlanta as the vice president of programming and operations for Radio 1. After I left there, I went to work for a Stevie Wonder station out in Los Angeles. This was at the height of the pandemic. I did not want to leave Atlanta, and I definitely didn't want to be flying back and forth between Atlanta and Los Angeles in one of those tubes. Just did not want to do that. So I started falling in love with AI. I have a company called Branded Live. We have a product called Business in a Box 997. I'm not here to sell you that. I just want you to know that that's what I do. I built AI voice agents. When we got together and started the Atlanta AI Exchange, I told him that I wanted to come out and I wanted to do a conversation about AI and AI ethics. And does every business need AI? What do you guys think? Every business needs AI? Yes. Some people say that. That's why we're here. The reality of it is, though, I don't believe that every business needs AI. We want every business to need AI. But when people call me about building voice agents and automations, I have a conversation with them about their mindset and what is it that they're trying to achieve? What is the objective? Because a lot of times people will sell you an AI product when what you really need is a simple automation. So I told the team that this is what I wanted to talk about tonight, all right? So I wanted to cover the big idea. The big idea is AI is not necessarily the goal. We need to talk about clarity before technology, automation before intelligence, ethics before revenue, mindset before adoption. Every business does not need AI everywhere. What every business needs is the right workflow in the right place. Would you agree with that? Yes or no? Yes. Awesome. So when I did my little presentation walkthrough with the team, with Iris and John, we took a little pause and we started talking about what we did on Memorial Day. And I told them what I did. And they said, oh man, you should talk about that. Don't talk about this thing. And I thought, well, what about my 25 slides that I've created? Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about those 25 slides. But after I thought about it, I said, okay, and let me tell you the conversation. So this is a little bit of a story, and it's going to show you some of the real world products, because one of the things that we talked about in our advertising is AI in the real world and how we use it to succeed. I got on that Memorial Day, I got a notification on my phone about my podcast bill. I use a company called Captivate FM. It's like $19 a month. You know, again, as I said, my background is in broadcasting. So I have a podcast called the Hurricane Dave Podcast. And I've had it for many, many years, but I've been out of the radio game for about 7 years. So for a while there, I started using it for Toastmasters because I'm also a Toastmaster, a distinguished Toastmaster. So I would put my Toastmasters folks on there and said, hey, what's up? Welcome to the Hurricane Day podcast. Tonight we're talking to Toastmasters. So I was trying to keep the legacy going for something that really should be dead. And as I was having a conversation with some folks, we were talking about, well, what would I do with a new podcast? Well, first, let's get the Hurricane Day piece up there. I made a conscious decision that this must die. It's time to die. So I had to say bye, Felicia. Say bye, Felicia, for me. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Felicia had to go. So what is the question that I needed to ask is, what do I call this new podcast? Because I blew up the old one, had to die. And I was thinking and talking to a couple of friends. And one of the things that came up when I was thinking about, what do I think about all day? What do you think I think about all day? AI, exactly. So I needed AI in there somewhere in the name of this new podcast. And so I was thinking about some stuff, and I was talking to a buddy, and I was talking about how AI is like everywhere. And I said, you know what? AI influences everything. It really does. It's every part of our life for the most part. There's some AI in there. Obviously, I know there's a brand here called Atlanta influences everything. No relation whatsoever. But I thought AI influences everything. And the more I thought about it, a light came on. It was like I had one of those light bulb moments. I'm thinking, this could be financially good. AI influences everything podcast. Do you know how many podcasts there are in the world? I will tell you. There are 4.6 million podcasts in the world. A lot of podcasts, right? I would think, considering how hot AI is, somebody has already thought of AI influences everything podcast. So I went over to my friend, Cloudflare. I probably have about 260 different URLs on there. I am a URL hog. Any hogs in here? Who has more than 20 URLs that they own? Right. When I got to thinking about that, I said, wow, I could do an AI influences workshop, summit, foundation. So of course, when I went there and saw that the AIpodcast.com, AIinfluencespodcast.com was available, I picked it up. And then I thought, somebody must have AIinfluenceseverything.com. That would be too easy. I punched it up, got a green check light, and I said, sweet baby Jesus. I started thinking about money. Money was going to come in for that URL, because you got to admit, that's a good URL to have, right? I have a lot of URLs, but that is a good one. So this is a story that I was telling the team at AI Exchange. So I came up with the logo. I went on Claude to ask Claude about a couple of different things. Of course, Claude does not do graphics, but I asked Claude, about ways to make money with this particular name. So of course, I went on to ChatGPT, Image 2.0, which I love so much. It's as good as anything out there, in my opinion. And it created this logo. I told it what I was looking for, what colors I like. I'm kind of partial to this particular color. It's in my actual branded live logo in there. I like purple. Next thing I needed to have a website, right? Because I got a brand. Now I need to figure out, okay, well, if you're going to make money with it, you better put a website up. And I will tell you, I have been pitched so hard on Base 44. They spend a lot of money. Almost every time when I'm online, I see an ad. And so I started ignoring this literally until about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I went to an event that Alicia Little had at Rice Center. John was there. And she was talking about this program. And I was like, okay, I keep seeing the program, but what's, I have Lovable, and I have a program called Bolt, which does the same kind of thing. And I heard that Wix had bought this after just less than a year of existence. And I heard some not so good things about it. So I just never tried it. When I tell you this is my new favorite program of all time, it does some amazing things. It really does. And how many coders? Any vibe coders in the house? All right. So if you know about vibe coding, you don't have to know how to build a website. You literally talk to the agent and it creates it. Now, I have a video recording that I'm going to share with you, and I'll talk along with it because I wasn't trusting the system, and I wanted to record when I was actually building a functional product. So this is a little bit about AI using Base 44. So I designed this website, and as you can see over here on the other side here, It has a small little chat window. And I use a great program that I absolutely love called Whisper. Anybody using Whisper Flow? I believe the keyboards are going to be obsolete. And we're not going to know how to spell moving forward because we're just talking into it, right? That's me all day. So I'm going to play a little bit of this, for probably about maybe 8 to 10 seconds. But I want you to understand how easy it is to build a website using Base 44. All right, so this is a screenshot of something that I put together with just a very few sentences at the top here. I gave him an example of kind of what I wanted. Not exactly on point, but I'm okay with that. But I basically said, just build a website for a podcast called AI Influences Everything. I've attached the screenshot, which is here, to get a general vibe and feel of what I'm looking for. And I had just a few more things there. So I put in there some information about myself, my background, that I had got inducted into the National Radio Hall of Fame. Talked a little bit about my radio business. Pretty much nailed everything. And it built this out. Literally in about some more information 5 to 6 minutes. But it filled out the area. Go live. I'm in edit mode, so let me get out of that real quick. Now you can tell I don't know what I'm doing because I don't know how to get out of edit mode. So this tells you I literally just learned this program. I can't figure out how to get out of it. Sorry, down there. I have to turn that down there. There we go. But the cool part is with Base 44, if you want to, instead of using credits to change something, like if I wanted to change this to nothing, I could just click right in here and I could say AI influences nothing. And it doesn't cost me any credits, but I got plenty of credits. So that's a little cheat code not to use credits. One thing I notice here is the G is being cut off. It's also being cut off there. And I don't like this font, and it could be the font. Yeah, the G is cut off there as well. So I'm going to tell to use. Look how easy this is. I'm just going to talk to it. Can you try and use a different, easier to read font? Also, I noticed the word everything, the G is being cut off everywhere. Can you resolve that as well? How many people can talk to their AI and make it do that? All of us, right? I use a program called Whisper, which Whisper is so much easier. Instead of me trying to type that information out, I just talk to the chat. Let's say the G is clipping. It's going to adjust that. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I love that already. So it changed the font. Easier to read. And of course, it fixed the clipping because it changed the font. It's going through a couple of different ways. I like that. I had told it in the prompt that I'm a distinguished Toastmaster, that I've won 2 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Awards, Icon Award winner. Okay, so now it's giving us some put all that information in there for me. A episode gallery. It's giving me some suggestions on what I could do to improve the website. Let's see here. I think guest testimonials might be kind of cool. But that wouldn't be truthful because I haven't had any guests yet. This is brand new. I don't like this extra space over here. So I can come back before they had a picture there, but maybe I will figure out something there. And my point in that is that when you're using these vibe coding programs, but again, in a matter of 3 to 5 minutes, perfect, I've got myself a telling it over and over. I don't like this, fix that, change that. And just keep telling it until you get it exactly what you want. Here, did they fill this out? Oh, this is cool. To be a guest. Let's click on it. Oh, I didn't tell it to create a form. Be a guest. It knows that I'm doing a podcast. And what do I need on a podcast? Okay, I need guests. Bio. So it did that on its own, thinking on its own. The same thing when it comes to sponsorship. Let's go back here to be a sponsor. Company or brand, contact name, email. Again, it did it on its own. The AI is doing the job. What range are we talking about? $10,000. That would be great. I'm looking for sponsors. Okay, so let me go back here. Did I miss something on the guest? To be a guest. So I didn't like the way the name was. Okay, it just has full name there if I'm reading that. Full name there and email. So when I do my email marketing campaigns, I don't like to say John Thomas. I like to say John. I like for them to feel that it's personal. So I needed the program to go back and change that and not put full name. I need a first name and a last name. And instead of me trying to figure out how to do that, I just told the AI.
So if they're going to
this is
be
what I'm
guests, I
looking to
think
do.
we need to have, the guest needs to have their telephone number there.
Oh, and it didn't have the telephone number.
Okay, on the forms, I want the guest telephone number. We need that. And also on full name, can you change that up to have first name only in a field and last
I'm not
name
sure about one
only
more
in a
minute,
field?
please.
That way I
One more
can
minute.
send out the automation just
Everybody
addressing them by
understands
their
what's
first
happening here,
name.
right? Hands up if you understand. You simply talk to the AI and it does it for you. I mean, this technology is absolutely bananas for me. Do people still say that, bananas? I think it's a little bit old. Dated myself. I feel good. It's still good. All right, start a trend again. All right, so in a second, it's going to update and refresh, and it's going to give me what I asked for, which is first name, last name. And the cool part is it tells you what it's doing on that left-hand side. So you don't feel like you're alone. You're talking to a friend, right?
Here we go. So you can see it updated first name, last name, and it added the telephone number. So
All right. So
it
anyway,
did
that
exactly what I
program is
wanted.
called Base 44,
Mhm.
and it's one of my favorite programs of all time because I just learned it 2 weeks ago when it had been there all along over and over in the ads. So I guess that just goes to show you that sometimes people may say something bad about a program just like they do in life. They say bad things about people, and you got to do it how it treats you. So now Base 44 is my new best friend. Hey there, friend. I see some friends on the back row. Good to see you. So the next thing I thought, well, I need to get a voice for this particular website, right? So I went to the #1 site, in my opinion, for voices, sound effects, all kind of things. And of course, that is 11 Labs. So I talked about killing off a podcast. So I wanted the voiceover person to say something about something dying, about the Hurricane Dave podcast dying. And so I typed some stuff up. I wanted to go with one of the most popular voices. Anybody know the name of the most popular voice on the internet? Adam. Adam. When you hear this voice, you're gonna be like, oh, I've heard this guy before. I have.
Welcome to the AAX, also known as the Atlanta AI Exchange.
His name
My
is
name
Adam.
is Adam, and I'm one of the most familiar voices on the entire internet. Dave even put me in a new AI song using what else? AI, of course, but more on that later. Just remember, I'm the one who said, some things must die, so new things can be born. AI Influences Everything podcast.
Yes, that is going to be something that I'm going to use in a promo video. Now, I needed to have something that shows something dying. Yes, sir? No, that are you kidding, right? That's a very popular personality by the name of Ryan Cameron. And Ryan, I used to work with Ryan. I don't want to say I was Ryan's boss because I don't like to do the upstairs, downstairs, but he was one of my talents. Yeah, that's funny. So I have a program that I pay $10 a month called Hedra. Now, I also have a couple accounts other places. A lot of people use Hegsfield because it's an all-in-one. And I would recommend Hegsfield because Hegsfield also has Hedra. But I paid $10 a month. I thought, well, I'm going through some of these old bills. Let me just use it. So I told Hedra I needed a tombstone with the Hurricane Dave podcast on it. It needed to be put to bed. So it created something that I didn't like. It had an old spooky graveyard and grass grown everywhere. And I went back in the Hedra just like I was talking to Base 44. And I said, I don't want it to be scary. I want it to be kept up. You know, this is a respectful graveyard. Okay. So it gave me that. Then I said, well, I need a little motion to it. I need a little camera action to it. So I had to go back and use a video builder inside of the program. And I said, I wanted a slow camera move in toward the name. And it created that for me. Again, this is using AI in the real world, which is what we came to talk about tonight, right? So that was good. I was like, okay, that works. Now I need a show intro. You got to have a podcast. I got to have a show intro, right? You just don't come on the air. Like I had to have someone introduce me.
So I needed a little show intro. Are you guys familiar with Suno? S-U-N-O? Who's familiar with it by show of hands? Okay, a couple of people. It is probably the best application out on the World Wide Web that is making artists money, and people are creating artists. Several artists have gone to the top of almost every chart made on the computer. The person doesn't even really exist. So I said, okay, let me put in some information in here about myself again, because again, it's my podcast. May sound a little, he's into himself. I am a little bit. Is that okay? No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. You got to love yourself. All right. I don't call it confidence. I call it Godfidence because I'm a spiritually grounded person. But I did put some information in there and I asked it to give me a show intro. And this is what it came up. Just gonna play 2 hooks of this.
Got a podcast in the feed, yeah, AI influence everything. David Glenn Smith on the mic, he turned the room to a classroom. DTN with the win stacked up awards on the shelf, still humble. Hall of Fame in the story now, and the world keep leaning in. He been across the map, talking truth, making noise. Beta tested ChatGPT way before the whole crowd knew. Now he build with the agents, turning ideas into gold. Every episode got a spark, make the future feel close. AI influences everything. AI influences everything.
Head nod.
Nod your head, let it sink in.
Yes.
AI influences everything. AI influences everything.
Oh yeah.
AI influences everything.
All right, so I'd asked it to do that for me. It gave me a couple of different versions of it, and I decided, oh, that's cool. I love it. I love it. So I thought, okay, well, that's cool. That's going to work for me. And now I have an intro. Now I need to think about a video, right? This is the official launch tonight at Georgia Tech. Right now, it's never been seen before, except for just me and the people on the team from Atlanta AI Exchange who said, don't do that thing about, what you was going to do. Do this thing. And so this is how it turned out. And of course, the first shot is got to be RIP. Y'all say bye, Felicia, and then I'm going to start it. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. In life, some things must die, so new things can be born. AI influences everything. Podcast.
David Glenn Smith with the mic in hand. DTM in the room, stand tall. Award after award when he answered the call. National Black Radio Hall of Fame on the wall. International stages, he done spoke to them all. AI fans in the front, they lean in close. The tested ChatGPT, he know the most. From the block to the boardroom, from the feed to the flame. He break it down clean and he say it by name. AI changing every lane.
Podcast.
Influences everything.
Podcast.
From the beast to the business, it's moving the ring.
Let me hear you sing it.
AI influences everything.
Podcast.
Y'all dead over here. Y'all dead. You was looking at the video. All right. So anyway, that's my. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is my presentation. And if you want to hang out with me, just remember that I talked about AI. My name is Dave, and you can find me at findaidave.com. All right? Y'all good? Was that all right? Real world. This is how we're using AI. So I appreciate you so much. We're going to take how long of a break, John?
If we can have them eat to like 10, 15 minutes.
All right, 10-minute break. We have food out there. We want you guys to please eat it up because we don't want to necessarily take it back home, although we will because we all have kids. Well, I have kids. I'll take some. I know Iris has kids. But anyway, we're going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to put the timer on, and we'll be back. But thank you so much. Ooh, 20 minutes and 11 seconds. Yes, sir.
So the video you made that with Ezra? That made the intro video?
No, I actually did. One thing I haven't given up is editing. I love video editing. So I do that myself. I use it's a free program.
CapCut?
No, not CapCut. Why can't I think about it? Oh man, I can't think of the name. Yeah, you can do it in CapCut. Yeah, I use CapCut a lot. Yeah, I like CapCut. No, oh, Black Magic makes it. Oh. Black Magic. Yeah, yeah. I can't think of the name right
turn the mic on. Can you hear me? Can the audience online hear me? All right. Do we have some good food?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Well, raise your hands if your list today, to-do list today, is longer than the one from yesterday. Okay. Well, keep your hands up right now. And if you have ideas in your head that you have not had time to execute, turn to the person next to you and say, "That's me." I'm the marketer, I'm the closer, I'm the mom, I'm the dad, I'm a student, I'm the admin, I'm the strategist, I'm operators. We have everything these days. We have only 24 hours left. The difference between people who build what they dream of, people who stay stuck, is not talent, it's not money, it's not even time, it's leverage. Oh, I'm hearing myself in here. Sorry. I've worked across international trade, IT, real estate, e-commerce, manufacturing company. Don't ask how long I've been working because I look younger than I actually am. But I mean, I was always doing the work of many people. We always wearing so many hats. For those who have known me, half of this room, right, know that I'm always hustling. I'm always on the go, and that's what we do. That's what operators do. That's what the people who want success do. And before I used to think, I wish I really want to clone myself, make myself multiply so that I can do everything. Hey, now I don't have to do it alone because we have AI. I'm not cloning myself. I'm just cloning my ideas, putting them into my standard so that it can do what I'm expecting it to do, right? So I stopped trying to find more hours in the day, start building a team that I can't really afford to hire. I can't hire somebody to do my writing for me. Can't hire somebody to do my meal planning for me, my scheduling for me. So now I have my agents. My agents can think, they can write, they can research for me instead of me writing a 5-page real estate report for my clients, answer my calls, taking notes with note takers. That's the Me3 effect. That's what Me3 AI consulting do. Trying to make you as efficient, as effective, and as profitable as possible. We multiply outputs, elevate your standard, and execute without burning out. So you have everything inside your head. The ones who are raising your head, like raising your hands earlier, you have everything in here. Now executing without actually burning out by using AI. Tonight, I'm going to show you what I have built. So I'm Iris Namokodian, and here's my team. Let me see. It's not playing.
Is it talking?
They're here in the live stream, right? But I need the audio. Oops.
The audio on?
It's buffering, right?
Yep. Mute the StreamYard tab in Chrome. On your audio.
This one? How do I do that? There. Go up Afrobeat and R&B, okay? So programming, music with Sumo. All right, we'll pause it right here. The feedback from the live stream is delayed. I think maybe I have the YouTube.
Make sure you don't have to use. I think
The feedback from the
yeah.
live. Yeah.
Make sure your YouTube is not up. But you good. Go ahead, because you can hear it on here.
I was trying to watch ourselves, so give me a second. All right. Well, we like the song?
Yes.
Well, what you just saw at the beginning is that AI explodes across everything. I'm still hearing myself, but I'll mute. So AI explodes. So there's so many apps, so many. At least you see 30, 40 different apps out there for just AI apps across different things. We just talked about earlier, just building a website. You have Base44, you have Lovable, you have Volt. So there's so many tools that we can use to do one task. But really, truly, what do we actually need is what I'm trying to get to today in business, because you can spend thousands, you can go down the hole, hundreds of dollars subscription every month and tokens to execute one thing you're trying to do. The question is really not can AI help me, but where does it actually fit? Where does it actually fit in our business, in our ecosystem, in our personal lives? So I'm sure that a few of us in here have spent quite a few $100s a month on AI subscriptions and tokens. This is not AI strategy. It's AI program. Okay. Now figuring out where AI can actually efficiently and effectively work and plug into your personal ecosystem and your business ecosystem, and that is the leverage that we have. That's where we're trying to get into, and using AI to help us. So before I go into my team that you saw just a brief description, brief org chart earlier, I want to quickly re-hit what we talked about, our team here talked about earlier. There's a term of automation. There's a term of agent. There's agentic AI that is being talked about in the room, like with the last few presenters. And a lot of times outside this room, those words are being used interchangeably, and they really aren't. I want to make sure that we, by understanding the difference, really understand where AI fits in your needs. Automation is really business expert Alicia does a lot of it. An input and output, kind of like a vending machine. You put in $1, you get a bag of chips. Every time it's the same result. You want to have a very consistent result. That is an automation. So a lot of times, you receive a phone call, it routes to a certain destination. That is an automation. When agent comes in, it has a brain. It has a brain sometimes, like what we bring in the term LLM, large language model, like Claude, like Chat, like Gemini, Copilot. Those are brains with a knowledge base. When Nina built earlier with projects, it has the brain of Claude storing the information and actually processing it and making a decision and then helping you make a decision or strategize with that brain, and that's an agent. So I will be introducing later on my receptionist. That is an agent. It's not just taking a call and routing to destination 1, 2, or 3. It is actually taking the call, understanding what the caller is talking about, and then providing me the information that I need to follow up with. Agentic AI is a multiple agent system that works together inside a ecosystem. So with an organization, each company has HR, you have finance, you have marketing, you have, Brad, you have many people in the organization. So, every individual role, they all can't be replaced, but some of them can be automated. It can add into an agent, can be built with an agentic system to help facilitating the business. So that that is agentic AI. So the difference between the three is very important because trying to understand really where your business fits, or even individually where we need AI difference. We might not need AI, but we might just need AI automation. We might just need an agent. So I do want to quickly show Nova because she is my chief of staff executive assistant, but because she is my twin. This is built with HeyGen live live avatar. So I would like somebody come up to talk to Nova. Okay. Hopefully, the buffer, the internet is not quite stable here, so it might be a little bit tricky.
Chief of Staff and Executive.
Give me 1 second. Let me figure out where my YouTube is.
The third from the bottom.
Do I mute myself?
Right.
No.
Tab. Yeah, don't mute yourself.
What?
Click on it.
I don't have right click. It's a Mac.
Fingers for the Mac.
Is it working?
Or hold the control key.
I think it's like the YouTube that's coming from. Hopefully. Here, there you go. I found it. There. Thank goodness. All right, let's talk to Nova.
Hi, Nova. Good evening. Can you help me decide what's the best revenue that I can do for my clients to be able to give them, help them with the projection for Q4, Q2, Q4? Thank you. I would like to schedule a consultation with her starting on next Thursday at 3 p.m. Can you set that up for me?
Thank you. Low internet issue, but Nova did exactly what I wanted to do because she is not supposed to consult. She's only supposed to help me, assist with my agenda, my schedule, because I put in the perimeter that prohibits her to consult. So it's not, so that's, she did exactly. Thank you, Tamara, for doing that. But I do want the next person to help me with calling my receptionist. Anyone? Please dial the phone number out there. Edith is my receptionist for Me3. She's going to answer the phone and going to ask you some questions. Yeah, you want to come up and you can let the audience listen? And your name?
I'm Erin.
Hi, Erin. Thank you.
Hey there, thank you for calling Me3 AI Consulting. I'm Edith. How can I help you today?
Hi, Edith. I want to schedule an appointment.
I'd love to help you with that. Our team will be in touch to get something scheduled for you. May I start with your full name?
Erin Ethan.
Great to meet you, Erin. And what's the name of your business?
EEE Designs.
Wonderful. And what's the best callback phone number for you, Erin?
2222. 222 22222.
Got it. And lastly, could you briefly share the reason for your call? What are you hoping our team can help you with?
I'm hoping for an initial consultation for my business.
That's great. So just to confirm, Erin Edith from Tripoli Design, callback number 222-222-2222. And you're looking to schedule an initial meeting with our team about your business. I've got everything I need. Thank you so much. I've passed your information along, and our team will be in touch with you within the next 48 hours. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, Edith. She hung up on me.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you. Big hand. So, I'm sorry. She is a little rude sometimes. So, Edith just took a call log, and she's sending me an email right now and sending me a text message, but my phone is in my bag. So, look at that. I don't think it hurt very well, but yeah, there you go. Erin, is that you? The phone number? 2222222.
But it didn't make a calendar invite for you, did it?
She didn't ask for one. She didn't ask for one. Yeah. So what I would build into also is to there's a step you can also request for a link to the schedule a calendar invite, or you can, so that's another step that you can build into that agent. I didn't do that because I have everything on my website as well. But thank you so much for testing. So that's for basic business needs. Sorry, I'm in here. Also, because I'm a real estate agent, I'm a licensed realtor. I also do a lot of things with the real estate side as well as the construction and renovation side. So for the real estate agent, I actually built, I think this is Lux. Lux gives me information about the property, about ARV in the area, income potential for the property. So basically, it will, when I'm going to talk to a real estate investor, pull this up, or he or she can do that, put the property address in there, and screen the deal, whether if it is single family home, estimate whether if it's a good deal or not. Let's use if somebody has an address, I can put it in here real quick. I put my rental property. Let's say it's a short-term rental. Let's say ARV, asking price, they're asking for $250,000. We have costs, $50K monthly rents. Let's keep it there. All right. Seller is motivated, is uninhabitable, so roof need to be replaced. So let's run the deal. It is telling me to buy. It's a good deal. There's a cap rate and monthly cash flow. So it gives me a full report based on items that the real estate investors are looking for as a good deal, what's the all-in cost and everything. That's one of the tools out of this dashboard that I had incorporated for one of my clients. There's also the contractor AI, basically getting ready for sending estimate requests for contractors as they are going into this property, because hey, getting this deal quickly is important. Trying to figure out, okay, this property address, what are the things that needs to be done? Boom, boom, boom. These are the short list for the contractors. ready and send it out to whatever contract that they need to work with. So, I am running late. So, wanted to quickly close this out. One of the case studies I've done for a client of mine here is a Metro Atlanta construction renovation firm. Do a estimating agents, social media agentic team, as well as various different like bid scouts, Felix that does permit research for a particular property. So these are things that you can easily implement into each business or individual personal needs. So we already have every test for. I actually had something for you to test out, but we don't have time today. But in the closing, I want to show you some moves. Whoops. Come on. Come on.
Buffering.
Come on.
Just start it over again.
Yeah, back it up.
Yeah. No, don't refresh. Just no.
Yeah, not refresh. Oh. Now it's going to start all over again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, she was dancing.
She busted move.
Let it buff. There.
Press pause real quick.
Pause and let it catch up.
Yeah, press pause. And just wait for a second.
You think I should know how to use internet by now?
You're too busy building agents.
Right.
So
I want to know how did you get your live agent to sync with the voice? That was really
the live agents, I actually use 11 Lab, recorded my voice, and use API to port 11 Lab into Agent and a live avatar, and you can connect them together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, HeyGen actually does the syncing.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job,
Yeah,
but they work really well together.
Yeah, it was talking back and forth. That's what I was saying. I was like, oh, it was still in sync,
Mm-hmm.
even when you were going back and forth with the question.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay, now I want to see the real.
Thank you. All right, that's the last move. Okay.
All right. We have one more presentation, and then we're going to open up the Q&A. Since it's 8:27, we're pretty much right about on time, perfectly on time.
John, are you using your computer?
Make sure our screen is showing here. All right. Long night. But the one thing that I liked is everybody here showed something of value, something that you can actually use in your daily life, in your business. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, AI without overwhelm. I'm a business owner, so naturally, right? Besides this event and probably a couple others, I hear a lot of talk about AI. I see a lot of cool stuff that it can do, a lot of tricks, party tricks and widgets, right? But as a business owner, as a career professional, I'm asking myself, how does that make me money? It's cool, right? It's cool. Every guru, you see these guru people that used to sell MLM or Primerica or whatever it is out there. Now all of a sudden they're an AI expert, right? So one thing they don't have though is receipts, right? So everybody in this room, everybody you heard from tonight are actually actively using AI in their business. They're actually making money with business, right? So I used to tell my students when I was in the military, don't tell me what you can know. Don't tell me what you know. Show me what you have done, right? And so today I'm going to show you the things that I'm going to talk to you about and I'm going to explain to you are things that I've done in my business or that I'm actively doing with my business, right? So because again, the problem is not information access. Access is free. ChatGPT is free. Information is free. Everybody's doing a webinar on AI every other week, right? Right. So the problem isn't information. It's clarity. And how do you actually implement that in your business? Because like Iris said, you can spend a ton of money on tools and still not get anywhere. You can implement AI in your business and still move just as slow as you did before. So a little bit about me. I don't teach from theory. Like I said, I've done this military fire directions chief. So I told the big bombs where to go and how to get there. After that, I worked in corporate America for a little bit. Coca-Cola, HB, I worked as a data analyst, big data engineer, stuff that you do before AI was called AI. That was kind of my job. And I got the silly idea that I wanted to start a business, right? So once you've done that, then you're officially over the cliff. But the key thing I want to get to the point is I sold my service business after working with it over a decade. And between that last year or so that I was playing with AI, really trying to understand how to put it in my business, we were able to cut $27,000 in cost and over $300,000 in AI assisted revenue, right? So that's not play money, I can promise you. And those were directly affected by the things that we did with AI and implemented in my business, right? So I like to cut to the chase. Like I said, it's late. I'm going to just give y'all the tea. I'm going to give y'all the stuff that I do to make money in my business, right? I sold my service business. I have a software business now. So real quick, who all runs a business now? Okay. Who all's thinking about starting a business, right? Who all is a career professional and they're trying to move up in their role, right? So the thing I tell people is find out where the outcomes are. Don't look at the tools. Don't look at what's cool. Don't look at what somebody said, try this, or look at this baby meme, right? What brings you outcome? If it doesn't save you time, save you money, generate revenue, or relieve your headache, don't mess with it. And I'm being completely serious, right? So before we go any further, I want you to do something. I want you to take one task, think about it, something that delays you, gets repeated, something you just don't like. And while you do that, think about that and how AI can help you. I'm going to tell you a real world story of how I use AI in my business. So I'm on the property management side. I do these trade shows all the time. I got to figure out how to get in front of all of these people, sell them a whole bunch of stuff that they probably may or may not want. And you have to be creative with it. So the first part of being in business, you got to be creative. You got to be willing to put yourself out there. So I sponsored this event, and they said it's $5,000 to come speak to these executives. Oh, they're flying in from across the country to come to Atlanta, $5,000. So I said, you know what, this is a good opportunity. I'm gonna spend that $5,000. After I sent that $5,000 to them, you know what they told me? You got 3 minutes to pitch.
Wow.
What? I just gave you. So I get to the event. It's breakfast. They say, oh yeah, well, thank you guys for your sponsorship. $5,000. Keep that in your head. $5,000. And I get there and they have the food laid out. Chick-fil-A biscuits and hash browns. Where did my $5,000 go? Right? Where did my $5,000 go? And it was 6 of us. So they went on with the thing, and I said, you know, I gotta get my money back. I gotta get my money. I'm getting my money back out of these 35 executives that are here. So I said, all right, I had a couple gift cards. Like I said, I worked in the property management industry. So we clean buildings and manage the vendors for places like Prada and Zara, Ritza, Graystar, just a bunch of big companies. So I had a couple gift cards. So I went in the back while they're doing the little classes. And I said, I'm gonna see how AI can make me some money. So I went ahead and used AI and I built a workflow. So get up. All right, I'm still sweating about this $5,000. I said, all right, it's time for y'all to speak. It's lunchtime. It's time for y'all to speak. They got all this food laid out. Chick-fil-A biscuits.
Oh my God.
Really? 5,000 times 6 people is 30,000. That ain't $30,000 in Chick-fil-A biscuits. Exactly. So they say, all right, y'all get your 3 minutes. You get up and you tell them what you do and you tell them about your business and, you know, and how they can contact you if they want some information. So I'm number 6, of course, because I was debating that $5,000. So I signed up late. So everybody goes, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. If you want to reach me, you can here's my business card. Come up and talk to me. Everybody's doing their spiel 3 minutes. I get up and I said, hey, I just shoot AI. So I come out there, hey, I got 2 gift cards. Well, I don't have a lot of time. They gave me 3 minutes. I stressed that. Y'all gave me 3 minutes. I'm John with Vendor Call. We make finding vendors as easy as ordering an Uber. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how easy. I got 2 gift cards, one from Prada, one from Zara. Now, to show you how easy it is to order a vendor, what I want you to do is pull out your phones right now. I said, pull out your phones and the first 2 people to text, I need a vendor, and their email to 831-999-8221, you will get those gift cards. So while everybody else was begging to get contacts, come out, reach out to me, how many of those 35 executives information you think I got? I got 35 of them. I think at last count, we got over $188,000 in business just from that one AI interaction. Because what happened is once they text that number, and they all texted, oh, they was explicit at texting it. They even, this is so-and-so, did I win? Here's my email in case I won. I got their name, I got their email, I got their phone number. AI immediately sent them a text confirming and sent them a follow-up email. And for the next 10 days, I bugged them until I got a meeting with them. I was gonna get my $5,000 back. So that's what we're doing. And those are the things when I'm talking about, when I said, use AI to help you move faster, to help you make money. And those are the things that we want to do. So real quick, I'm gonna give you a little bit of education. It's like, I'm not gonna do you a lot. I got these cards here. If you scan it, all of the information and all of the toolkits and the prompts that everybody has, we're gonna put them all into a drive. So if you go ahead and scan that QR code and just send us your email, we'll go ahead and send all of that to you. But I'm gonna go over real quickly is how I go with evaluating where I need to put AI in my business. I call it the SAFE framework, right? So find the bottlenecks. We already talked about that. Think about those things, right? That get on your nerves, that's slowing you down, that's costing you money, right? Then you want to analyze. So this is probably the most important part of the step. And a lot of people forget, they go buy a bunch of tools and they think AI is a magic wand and it's going to solve their problems, and it's not. I tell people you need to analyze what you're doing now, step by step, like you were explaining it to a baby. Because if your process is a hot mess and you throw AI on top of it, what do you think you're going to have? An AI-powered hot mess. And that's what you don't want. So once you do that, then you can look at how do we fit AI into our business and how do we use it to grow and scale our business. And the last thing, people, is I want you to execute. I want you to actually do something with it. Okay? So map your workflow, fix it, then you automate it. So you don't need a bunch of tools. I'll put it into these 4 buckets. You want to build, you want to stay organized, you definitely want to get paid, and you want to communicate with people. Put it in one of those buckets and things are going to work out for you. All right. So I'm going to show you some real world examples of things I did. I already gave you one. Was that good? Is that something that you can use? Right. And that's a simple workflow. That's not anything. If you're interested in knowing more about it, again, scan it. Just text the number. I met JT or something like that, and we can sit down and talk about it. But let's go here. I'm going to show you some things that we work on in real life. And again, this is all in the Google Drive. So the first part of it, like I said, is you want to look at, can you see my screen? Yep. All right. You want to look at the brand, right? So again, it's always about attracting, building your brand, doing the research. So I tell people, use these tools that are out, but make sure you have an outcome. So any tool that I use, what is my outcome? Is it going to save me time, save me money, generate revenue, relieve my headache, right? So right here is a similar lead magnet that we built, and I built this in Lovable. Who's heard of Lovable? So it's a vibe coding, it's a building tool. Not only is it good for building websites, it's good for attracting. It's good for attracting money. So really quick, I'll give you a really quick story because I'm probably running short on time. I built this I went to this trade show, Las Vegas, right? Very hard. There's probably about 20,000 people at this thing. I'm like, how am I going to get them? I use Lovable. In this simple prompt here, you can screenshot it if you want, but I use Lovable to go ahead and build me an interactive slot machine. I put it on a nice little, Walmart got them TVs. They ain't nothing but 300 and something bucks for a 60-inch. So I got one of those TVs and I put it up and I just had them come by. Oh, I want to spin the machine. Guess what I'm gonna ask for? Because I paid $5,000 for that. It was close to $5,000 for that trade show. But I want your information. So this lead magnet here collects their information. And once they collect their information, then you get to spin the wheel. You're not just going to be coming by my booth spinning a wheel for nothing and taking my candy. You know how it goes. If you've been to trade shows, you know how that works. Right? All right. So, and what I tell people, the second thing I use it for is finding out where my money is. I'm not going to play with y'all. I run a business. You know what I'm saying? These bills not going to pay itself. These cars not going to lease themselves. I got to pay that. So guess what? If I'm in business to make money, right? So what I built here, and this was not for me, but it was actually for a client of mine that I was consulting for. They said, JT, I think the contractor is not doing right on these contracts. I think they're messing me around, but I can't tell because I'm making so much money. I don't really understand if it's a good deal or not. So I used AI and I sit down and here's the prompt that I use. And I said, you know what, let's make a deal calculator, see if you're making money on this thing or not. So we went ahead and built this deal calculator. Know before you sign. The AI made that nice little thing. But basically they can put their information in here and say, test. How much the contract amount is. How much their hours, their labor is, 160. Let's just put that. And it'll tell them off the bat, that's a bad deal. And it tells them why it's a bad deal and where they need to go. So I have the prompt for that. If that's something that can work for your business, you can go ahead. You can screenshot that. I have a longer prompt if you need, but you use AI to find your money. I've also used it to upload all of my spreadsheets, the whole thing in it, and it'll give me a breakdown and let me know where I'm leaking money. All right, how much time I got, y'all?
About 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay, well, let me go and wrap it up. So I use it to build websites. And the last thing that I actually used it for was to win where we go? That's the trade show. A $9,000 a month engagement. That's almost $100,000 a year. So I had to go in and we had to consult them on pulling in our software to manage all of their vendors and manage their process. So usually the process of meeting with somebody to close $100,000, that's a lot of meetings, right? That's a lot of meetings for $100,000. I had AI build the process from start to finish. I met with that client 2 times. It took 5 days to close that deal. The AI took my notes from our meeting, put together a proposal, generated a proposal, gave them a demo. Let me see if I got it up. Gave them an actual mock of what their website would look like and how their platform would look like, gave them the ability to sign, and it sent them the service agreement. I met with that client 1 time. And I'll tell you something. Here's the prompt for it, the full sales journey. I'll tell you something. I'll be totally honest with you. That was a big contract. But when I tell you that proposal was done before I left their office, because I just told my AI, here's the notes from the meeting, generate a proposal based on it. Yes. Oh, okay. All right, I'm finished. All right, so what changed? So what changed about that, right? So AI doesn't make you smarter. Again, it just makes your system faster. Remember, AI on top of mess, AI powered mess. Remember, start, analyze, right? Then see where it fits, and then do the execution. So what I want y'all to do, and I know it's late, even you people online, what I want you to do is just, not next week, tomorrow, pick one thing that's stressing you, find one prompt, and AI will give you the prompt, and use it for 1 week, right? You don't need to learn AI. You don't need to get all of these tools. You just need to use it. That's it. All right, so again, I'm gonna use that on y'all. Look, let's try it. All right, so I don't have any gift cards for you. I promise you I don't. I know everybody's like, where's them Prada gift cards? But again, I can do something though, because I got some buddies here that do some Claude stuff. So get out your phones, and the first person to text AAX to 762-722-2424. I'm going to give you a gift card for 3 months of Claude. If you're not using Claude, because Claude is amazing. Claude is amazing. But did you put AAX? No. That's the key. All right. So thank y'all for coming out. And again, this is just the beginning. We have so much that we have coming up. We're going to bring everybody, all of the speakers on stage now for any questions. But remember, stay connected with us. We have some really cool things coming up. We have some more workshops. We actually having a Vibe Code kickback. That's going to be a little bit cooler. Where we're going to have music and have drinks. Outside, you're going to sit there and you're going to work on your business. You're going to work on your project. You're going to work on anything you want to do related to vibe coding and building and creating. It's going to be in a nice little cool spot. So I encourage y'all to come out. So, all right. Any questions? Can I get all my speakers up? And then any questions you guys can fire away. And then we can get on out of here. Make sure y'all take some of that food, okay?
Can we show John some love, everybody? Awesome job. Now, how many of y'all wanted to know what that program was to use to create that proposal, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure people are curious about
So that proposal, I created that in Manus. So yeah, in the
I knew you were.
Well, I knew it was next, I just wanted to use part of minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I usually, so for me, I like Claude because for me, it's when it comes to coding and building, I'll use that to kind of get the framework of what I want. Manus is really good at building and executing because it has a really big agentic side of it. So I'll usually do the heavy lifting in Claude and then bring it over and say, you got the bones. Go ahead and take off with it. So this is the portal demo that I built for them, and it was literally built before I got home. All right. So any questions? Yes, sir.
With the large language model, which is ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity, right? Can you build one of those so that way you won't be vulnerable to those large language models? And how difficult would that be? Have any of y'all tried doing that?
Okay, go ahead.
So you can. Do you want to maintain it? Probably not. Getting enterprise level of anything, Claude, Perplexity, all that, gives you the highest level of security. Just imagine what our government's using, what other companies are using. So yes, you can build it, but how are you going to maintain it, keep it up, and run your business? So all of my versions of my applications are enterprise version, and it usually has SOC 2 compliance, which is what you're looking for. Where's the cybersecurity ladies? They left. So the cybersecurity, like that's SOC 2. You want to make sure that a lot of the like HIPAA laws, once you start getting into enterprise level, it ends up being cheaper than you maintaining your own servers. But if you have a use case where
a little bit more control and actually building an agent that works for you.
I would say get a notebook like you have, step one, check. Write down what you do daily, weekly, monthly, all that kind of stuff. Just start keeping a list of what you do. Claude has, and they all have it, but Claude has a version of, there's a